Hello to all you poker players out there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I am breaking down some stats from the hands I played in Limit Omaha, 25 fast games. The stat I'm looking at now is this small blind Resteal. So we have like this free bet big blind versus cutoff and versus button. We already have that up here, so I've just taken it down there. And then I've been looking into the small blind versus the cutoff, where I am supposed to be free betting 7%, but I'm actually free betting 9.13%. In the small blind versus the button, I'm also free betting 11.91%, where I should be free betting 10%. That was in the first 100,000 hands. In the last 25,000 hands, we will see that I'm about the same. I'm even higher here in the small blind versus the cutoff, and in the small blind versus the button, I'm also even higher. So I'm going overboard here, and as usual, as I have been making a bunch of filters, and you can say, but why make a filter where you fold versus the button? But let's say that I at some point get in to a spot where I or into a place, a state of mind where I do not free bet enough. For example, I fold too many small blinds. Then it's nice to have a filter where I can pump up the hands and see what kind of hands I could have been using as free bets or calls and stuff like that. But today I'm just gonna go into my poker tracker and take two filters in the small blind versus the big blind where I free bet, and the small blind versus the cutoff where I free bet. And I'm not gonna go into a bunch of hands. I'm just gonna take a look at the result here. So the first is this one down here. So that's the small blind versus the button, and we will see here that I have lost $205, and it's 379 hands. And if I should have just folded all these hands, then it's 10 cents per hand. Then I should have lost $38. But I'm losing 205, but my average all-in equity is $23.24 basically. So I must have been running super bad in a bunch of spots there. And so I don't think it's so bad the spots I choose, but certainly I could pump up these hands and start looking through them if there is some I should take out. There probably is some single suited or double suited rundowns, but maybe it's not good enough connected. The other one we should look at was this one here, number 6, small blind versus cutoff, number 6, and here we will see that I win $38. And again, I run a little bit bad. I should have been winning $75. And if we take a look at this, it is 282 hands. And this is just over the whole sample, the 125,000 hands. If I fold every single one of them, then I lose $28, but I actually make $38. I should have been making 75. So it seems like a good idea that I'm kind of overly aggressively in this spot here. But again, if I do adjust and play more, I mean, I think it's a good idea to play quite aggressively in the blinds in these small stakes, because we would like our opponent to fold a bunch pre-flop, so we don't get our hands raked. But people, they do not fold a whole lot, but there is some people in the player pool that seems to overfold a little bit, and I'm probably attacking those guys very, very hard. Um, but so if I'm not like catching the game theory frequency, which is the one we have like here, I hope it's because I am doing some exploits. But again, I could pull up a bunch of hands here and look through if it seems reasonable what I do and go through the pre-flop help and stuff like that. But I will not do that today. I will do that later when we get through the next 25,000 hands. Probably go into some more details about what kind of hands I could improve. For me now, right now, it's important to get a structure to how I filter out for these hands. This spreadsheet is something I've got from the Mastermind. It's my coaching site provided by Jane Anders and his team, and it is strictly for Limit Omaha, and I will leave a link to it down in the description below. So now there's only one spot left in the preflop game, and that is the free betting in position here. Free bet versus early, and free bet versus cutoff, and versus small blind. So it's not a lot to do, but then there's a bunch of work to do in the post-flop game. But that I will do when I approach the next 25,000 hands played. But that was it for now. I wish you all the best of luck in life.